I always like, after unboxing something, to do videos related to that thing that I unboxed. And right now we are looking at New Worriers issue 8 from the second New Worriers series. This was a very short-lived series. Sad to say, it is a good series, but it had its hurdles, which for many people it did not manage to overcome. But I think it's good. For the most part, really like it. I wish it had more than 10 issues. I like the writer, Faerber. I like the team. It's not perfect. My favourite one isn't there. But we do get a guy who looks like me instead. Knife Splasher and Iron Fist are teaming up here. They are having a competition to determine once and for all who is the most fucking boring. One of the great things about this New Worriers series is that Knife Splasher wasn't a member of the team. This issue, he appears in this, but the rest of the series, he is not there. He is not a member anymore. I think he is at the start of the next one. But yeah, he wasn't a member anymore, and that is good because I do not like Knife Splasher. I have seen people criticise this series for its lack of Knife Splasher. I don't know what exotic bath salts they've been using, but Knife Splasher fucking sucks donkey dick. He sucks donkey dick badly. Like his teeth will keep getting in the way. He is shit. He is the worst. I will come back to Knife Splasher, but here we see him and Iron Fist. They are fighting ninjas. Ninjas from the... well, I would call them the Foot. But the Turtles already beat me to that by about 30 years. So I don't know what I am going to call them. Rewind, the League of Assassins. That is what they would be called. Girls' Night Out. We get a small guest appearance from Firestarter here. My favourite one from the New Worriers. In my opinion, one of the biggest obstacles this series was faced with was that Firestart and Major Victory had been pinched by Kurt Busey to be on the Avengers, where he didn't do a sodden thing with them. That is so destructive to the shared universe, to just take two major characters from another team and put them on the Avengers, leaving their team without two of the main characters, and in the case of Firestart, one of the most popular. I would have really liked to see the series get not just more issues, but more chance to use Firestart and Major Victory. This is a really good series, and it has got a good writer, Faerber. His New Worriers didn't even get a full year, and I am confident, was he able to use Firestart, it easily would have gotten to at least 12 issues, a full year. We have these nice downtime bits at the start. We had the girls, and now we have Speedy Balls and Black Star, who are trying to write a script for a movie. And then bottom of the page, we have the 2 new characters for this run, the 2 new members of the team, Agnes and Drive Shaft, the latter of whom is one of those minor characters I really love. I think I own all of his appearances ever. So the team, Seagull and Torpedo being the other members, they are responding to a call to arms by Knife Splasher, and we start to learn what is going on. The League of Assassins, they have captured Iron Fist because they want to steal his Iron Fist powers. So now Knife Splasher and the new Worriers, they have to save them. We have a nice bit here with Agnes telling Knife Splasher to stop bossing them around because he is not part of the team anymore. So I think this cutting down of his character is the right place to talk about Knife Splasher. Knife Splasher was the one new character among the original New Worriers. He was introduced in issue 411 by Tom Falcon and Ron French. He is a rich orphan who wants to avenge his dead parents by bringing together a team of young heroes to fight injustice and other things like that. He was introduced alongside the New Worriers team who debuted in that issue. It was basically a backdoor pilot. And the kinda annoying thing was that they were eaten into what should have been a great Thor versus Juggernaut fight. Here is Knife Splasher, equipped as always with his skateboard, trying to fight Juggernaut. I said in my unboxing and at the top of this video, Knife Splasher is shit. He is a really boring character. He is unlikable too. And I would point to what would be most people's introduction to the character, the start of New Worriers issue 1, where he drops Blackstar off a roof. The minute the New Worriers book starts getting into Knife Splasher mythology, it becomes so unbelievably boring. The Folding Circle, the Wellspring of Power, the temple with guards wearing his armour. It is like torture. He is single-handedly the most boring thing in New Worriers, and he seems more often than not the one that the book is most interested in. And here's the kicker. The Folding Circle were in New Thunderbals. The Wellspring of Power was in New Thunderbals. Those guards who were no longer wearing Knife Splasher armour. All of that is in New Thunderbals. And I still think it's boring. The League of Assassins are performing a ritual to transfer Iron Fist's powers to one of their own. So here are the New Worriers fighting a bunch of ninjas. And I like this. Here at least. It is done a lot more superhero-y than whenever Michael Bryan Benson as the Avengers fight ninjas every other week. This still feels like a superhero book to me. We get to see all the characters do their parts. And this guy here is the bad guy. He is called Junzo. He has now received the power of the Iron Fist. In the script, they make reference to him only being 15 years old. So I think the intention was, as this series continued, this guy would become a recurring opponent. He doesn't though. The series ends in 2 issues' time, and he doesn't appear in it again. However, as I mentioned in my unboxing, this storyline is resolved afterwards. There is a Iron Fist and Wolfman miniseries, which is more of a mini crossover event. It has got a bunch of other Marvel heroes in it. Captain America, Iron Man, Fetish Fuel, Luke Cage's, even Sunman. Junzo is the bad guy in that, and it is written by Jason Faerber, and it's actually drawn by the same artist as this issue. It's a shame that they didn't include Seagull or even Knife Splasher in that miniseries, just to add that little bit connectivity. You want at least one new Worrier in that story, I think. If just to remind people or point people to its beginnings in the new Worriers title. I do have some bad news though. I just realised I forgot to point out the AIDS bit, and I am not doing another rewind. That is not becoming a recurring feature. Drive Shaft, he has muty AIDS, and there is a bit where he gets a ninja star in his back and he starts bleeding, and it shows how irresponsible Drive Shaft is by having not even told his teammates of his affliction, and yet exposing them to potential danger were they to come into contact with his blood. Right now, we are seeing Junzo fighting the new Worriers. It's quite well done. The art isn't always good. I mean, some of the panels that are facial reactions are dreadful. And I'm not that sold on the art overall, but the story, and definitely the colouring, massively helps. Our big fight to end on is Knife Splasher and Junzo. Knife Splasher, he doesn't even use his skateboard, so what's the point? That's about it though. There is no conclusion here. We got some action scenes, but the story will continue in that miniseries, and the new Worriers will no longer be important to its resolution. Despite that, it is a very enjoyable issue. The second series of New Worriers is massively underrated, and I think everyone who liked or tolerated the original series should give it a try. The writer was also writing Generation Next at the same time. I don't get why Jason Faerber didn't move on to bigger things. I guess this didn't sell, but why didn't he get a shot at Fantastic Force or Iron Man or something? I'll rank this one with 7 thumbs up.